We'll follow our standard format as Tennessee representatives take the dais and begin with an opening statement from Coach, and then direct questions to specific student athletes, and then once they're dismissed, we'll return to Coach.
Just congratulations to Maryland.
Questions for Tennessee student athletes?
Sierra, I know a tough game for you, but just did you guys feel like you played Maryland the way you wanted to, just defensively tonight? You held a pretty good scoring team down to 55 points or 58 points tonight.
I think we did well on the defensive side of things. They're a team that averages 80-plus points. That's something they lay their hat on, is pushing the tempo and running every single possession. So I think we did a decent job on that end of the floor. But, we couldn't get stops when we needed them in the crunch time. And on the offensive end, we just couldn't get in a flow. And we couldn't get baskets to drop.
John Adams, Knoxville News Sentinel. Ariel, did you guys played a lot of minutes and left a lot on the floor in that overtime win the other night. Were you kind of running out of steam there, did you think, against Maryland in the final minutes?
I don't think so. Our training staff did a great job of getting us recovered. Coaching staff getting a lot of rest. So I don't think that's it. Just credit to Maryland. Congratulations to them. They played a great game. And down the stretch when plays needed to be made, they made plays. And we didn't get stops on the defensive end.
Sarah, you're talking about you couldn't get any flow on offense. What prevented that from happening, do you think?
I don't know. The ball just wouldn't drop. We let the ball get stuck in our hands a couple times, and I had a lot of turnovers. Just couldn't get in the flow.
More questions for Tennessee student athletes?
Ariel, you guys held their guards down pretty well in the first half, and then they started to heat up a little bit. Did that challenge you guys defensively?
Most definitely. I think with the three great guards that they have on their team, it's hard to keep them, quiet for a whole game. Lexi Brown stepped up, Mincy, they all stepped up in the second half and did what they had to do for their team. So it was a challenge for us, and like I said, down the stretch, when we needed to get stops, we weren't able to.
Tom Klaus, Wilson Review. Sarah and Ariel. Ariel, at the end of the game, you knelt down, you were pounding your fists on the floor. Just talk, if you will, I know how much it hurts right now, but just talk about, if you would, how the season goes, all the highs, and then the ultimate low right now, and just kind of what's going through your minds right now.
Well, Sierra, Izzy, and I wanted to take this team back to the Final Four. And in this drought for this program, for ourselves, for Pat, we wanted it more than anything in the world. And we felt we had a really good chance, and just not being able to accomplish your ultimate goal, it hurts. And I think, over your career, you think, oh, I have next year, well, I have next year. Well, being a senior, understanding that this is the last time that we'll ever wear this uniform, it hurts.
Jade Evans at Seattle Times. Sarah, with that three-pointer that you missed at the end of the game, did you kind of feel that might have been the kind of last shot that was possible to get the win?
I don't know what was going through my mind. I just knew we were down 3. Looking back on it, I probably should have drove to the basket. I had Molina on me, and I had been taking her to the basket all game. So, I didn't play well for my team tonight. And, if I could take it back, I would. But, I just got to learn from it, move on, and move forward.
All right, we'll dismiss Ariel and Sierra and thank them for their time. And Once they've left the stage, we'll return to questions for Coach. Questions for Coach Warlick?
Holly, just what do those two seniors right there mean to you and what they've done for this program the last 4 years?
Well, they're outside of basketball. They're outstanding young women. Their academics are don't have to worry about them academically. They do a lot in the community. So they're solid kids, and they're the type of kids we want at Tennessee. You know, they battled, they were thrown into situations that very young, and they've had to deal with a lot of things, and I think they've just handled everything that's been thrown at them, and they've got great character outside of being great basketball players. So, gosh, I don't know from that standpoint. I know we'll miss their athletic, being on the basketball team, but just what they stand for off the court.
Holly, how many missed offensive opportunities do you feel like you guys had maybe in that last 7 or 8 minutes of the game?
We had a lot. I mean, we had a lot. It was a physical game, and we had our chances.
Coach, how frustrating is it to go 1 for 11, I think, the last set? You know, you play, you practice, and you get to that point, and the ball just doesn't drop. How frustrating is it to watch that?
1 for 11 for.
To finish the game.
Oh, I wasn't very pleased with it. So, yeah. I mean, we threw the ball inside. We penetrated. We did everything we could do, except go through the free throw line.
Holly, you seem kind of frustrated with some of the officiating. Did you feel the game was not called as tight as it should have been?
I can't comment on that.
Holly, when their guards started to heat up in the second half, how much pressure does that put on your defense?
Yeah, it does. I mean, we'd fall down, and then they'd kick out to the open player and hit a three. I mean, I think they stepped up and hit big baskets. They hit big baskets when they needed to, and that's what I think great guards do. And when they needed to, they hit big baskets. So it was. I think we wore down a little bit because of. I thought we did a great job at the beginning, but I think towards the end of the game, we were given too many open looks, too many inside touches. So yeah, I think we kind of wore down a little bit. And they hit big shots. I mean, they're big time players hit big shots, and they did.
Holly, near the end of the game Saturday night, Bashara Graves looked like she hurt her shoulder.
Yeah.
Was she bothered by that tonight or not?
I don't think so, John. I don't think so. It just she couldn't. She couldn't score a basket. And I don't think it had anything to do with it, really.
What was the difference for Bashara this weekend after the 2 games she had in Knoxville? It seemed like she really struggled.
Yeah, well, I think they had bigger players on us, and we're asking Bashara to defend and score against people that are 3-4 inches bigger than her. And I think, once she started, and she starts pressing a little bit, and I don't know. It seems like this weekend both teams set a record in block shots. So she just got her shot blocked about 1,000 times. So I don't, but I thought she hung in there. She got a good steal, and she just wasn't her weekend, really.
with about 10 minutes left, Sierra and Ariel both hit threes from the top left. Just talk about how both of these seniors kind of kept this team going and pushing in the tournament, and how much drive they had to lead this team throughout all 3 rounds.
I can't say enough about them. They've had to step up. I mean, every year that I've been here as a head coach, we've had somebody of importance get injured and can't play the rest of the year. So it just seems to be how we've gone. They've had to fight without really all of our players. And I think when Izzy went out, those two really took it upon themselves to step up and take this team in their own hands. And I can't say enough about their leadership and how hard they battled and how they carried this team. They had a lot of pressure on them, and I don't know how much more they could do. I don't think they shot the ball particularly well, but they've carried us all year. So I'm just real proud of them and this team. I mean, we just had to overcome a lot of obstacles, and this team is really hung together in a very close-knit team, and just really, really proud of them.
When you have a team that falls this short of the goal that's been the goal the entire season,
Yeah.
Do you tell them just to bottle up this feeling and remember it for next season, or what's your message?
Yeah, that's what you got to do. I mean, you got to go back to work, and you got to go back to work. We'll take some time off, and then we'll go back to work. And that's what there's only going to be one team, one set of players, one set of coaches. They're going to be happy next week, just one. So, but we're not going to stop saying that's our goal, because it is, and we're just going to continue to try to get better and just try to keep pushing forward and try to stay healthy and reach our goal as I think we can.
Holly, a lot of people might look at the score differential between what UConn did and what Maryland did today and what you guys did to them, and think that this isn't going to be a close game, that Maryland may not be able to play with them. What's your take?
Well, nobody thought Dayton would stay with them today either. So I think Maryland has a great shot. I mean, they got kids that can hit outside shots. Nobody 2 years ago thought Baylor would ever get beat, and they did. So I think it's any given night. I think they have the opportunity. I think they've got the staff and the players to challenge UConn. I mean, they've lost 2 games all year, so I think they have that ability to give it a run. I really do.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
All right. Thank you.